You need to know laws 1 to 4 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 1 states that you should never outshine the master. Make those above you feel superior, as making them feel insecure is a disservice to yourself and could result in punishment. By making your superiors brilliant, you also gain more power as they will assist you in return. Law 2 states that you should never put too much trust in friends and that you should learn how to use enemies. You can only experience betrayal through a friend as they are more susceptible to envy. Understand that a former enemy will be more loyal than a current friend as they have something to prove to you. Law 3 states that you should conceal your intentions. Keep people in the dark and do not reveal the purpose of your actions, as people cannot prepare for what they do not know. Law 4 states that you should always say less than necessary. Well, this is all. You need to know laws 5 to 8 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 5 states that so much depends on reputation and that you should guard it with your life. Your reputation is your power, and once that falls, you become weak. Aim to completely destroy your enemy's reputation and render them powerless. Law 6 states that you should court attention at all cost. Attention is the universal currency. We can either pay attention to something or waste our attention on useless matters. Have people pay you with this universal currency by being unique and standing out from the crowd. Law 7 states that you should get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Aim to use the wisdom and labour of others to further your cause, but pass all the efforts off as your own. This allows you to conserve valuable time and energy. Law 8 states that you should make others come to you and use bait if necessary. When you are forcing someone to act, you are still in control, whereas they are conforming to your terms, which is not a representation of their authentic self. You need to know laws 9 to 12 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 9 states that you should win through your actions, never through argument. Actions speak louder than words, and as much as you verbally proclaim to be accomplishing things, it is your actions that will be used as the truth to validate these claims. Law 10 states that you should avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Negative emotions are infectious, and the unfortunate situations of others can impact you. To negate the effects of this, associate yourself with only positive people. Law 11 states that you should learn to keep people dependent on you. As you gain more independence, you gain more freedom, meaning people will depend on you for their happiness. With this amount of leverage, you can choose to assist people, but do not teach them too much so that they can get by on their own. Law 12 states that you should use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. One sincere act heals the wounds of several previous dishonest actions. This Trojan horse-like strategy allows you to manipulate people to your desire, but you didn't hear that from me. You need to know laws 13 to 16 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 13 states that when asking for help, you should appeal to people's self-interest but not their mercy or gratitude. When seeking assistance, emphasize how you can benefit the other person's cause, and they will help you as they have identified the gains for themselves. Law 14 states that you should pose as a friend but work as a spy. Spies gather and extract valuable information from others to reveal hidden secrets. Ask indirect questions to uncover the weaknesses and intentions of people, but be alert when there are potential spies operating on you. Law 15 states that you should crush your enemy totally. Even if there is a flicker of a flame left from a previous blaze, it still has the potential to resurface and reach that magnitude again. Your enemy will recover if you spare them and will return more powerful and vengeful than before. To avoid this predicament, completely annihilate them then and there. Law 16 states that you should use absence to increase respect and honor. The more you are seen, the more common you appear. By being periodically absent, you harvest admiration from others as scarcity makes things valuable. You need to know laws 17 to 20 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 17 states that you should cultivate an air of unpredictability. Being predictable gives others a sense of control over you, whereas being unpredictable keeps people off balance and in the dark. If taken to the extreme, this has the capability to intimidate and terrorize. Law 18 states that you should not isolate yourself for protection. When you are isolated, you are exposed to more danger as you are cut off from valuable information which could have protected you. Aim to use crowd protection to avoid making yourself an easy target. Law 19 states that you should not offend the wrong person. Not everyone reacts in the same way, and ticking off the wrong person could result in detrimental consequences. Choose your victims carefully, otherwise you will make irreversible mistakes. Law 20 states that you should not commit to anyone. Do not rush to take sides, as if one side turns out to be unfavorable and you switch teams, you will then be branded as an unreliable traitor. Instead, maintain independence and aim to not be influenced by the temporary situations around you. You need to know laws 21 to 24 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 21 states that you should appear dumber than you are. Make the people you are trying to fool look smart in your presence. Once this occurs, people will be unaware of your plans to deceive them later, as they view you as inferior to them. Law 22 states that you should surrender and transform that weakness into power. When you are weaker, do not fight for honor's sake. Instead, surrender, retreat, and recover. Though this is damaging to your pride in the instant, you allow yourself to recuperate and come back more powerful than before. Law 23 states that you should concentrate your forces. Target your forces to strike the strongest point. This magnitude of intensity beats the extensity of spreading out your troops far and wide, which would limit the damage caused. Law 24 states that you should play the perfect courtier. The perfect courtier thrives in the world of power. They are masters of indirection, yield to their superiors, and assert power in graceful acts. By playing this delicate role, you possess the keys to manipulate in a subtle manner and present your influence in a desirable way. You need to know laws 25 to 28 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 25 states that you need to recreate yourself. Master your own image and do not let others change you, as that would give them control over you. Law 26 states that you should keep your hands clean. Maintain an appearance of innocence and spotlessness. This makes your character look pure and approachable, whilst you use others as scapegoats for your filthy deeds. Law 27 states that you should play on people's needs to believe and create a cult-like following. People have an overwhelming desire to believe in something, so you should capitalize on this by offering a cause or faith for others to follow. These people must be willing to sacrifice themselves for your beliefs, which brings you unfathomable power in the long term if maintained correctly. Law 28 states that you should enter an action with boldness. If you are unsure about an action, do not attempt it, as timidity is dangerous and will affect the outcome drastically. Instead, enter with boldness, as a mistake made with courage can be rectified by displaying more courage. You need to know laws 29 to 32 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 29 states that you should plan all the way to the end. The ending is everything, and by taking appropriate measures to ensure this, you will not be overwhelmed by circumstances and will know when to stop. Law 30 states that you should make your accomplishments seem effortless. Always make it so that your actions come across naturally and with ease, as this conceals the hard work that went into them. Law 31 states that you should get others to play with the cards that you deal. The best deception is to present someone with the illusion of choice. This makes your victims think that they are in control, when in reality, they are just your puppets. Law 32 states that you should play into people's fantasies. The truth is avoided, as it is ugly and unpleasant, whereas everyone admires a fantasy as it is pretty and intriguing. By conjuring a fantasy, you have access to immeasurable power, as you have control over the masses that appeal to you. You need to know laws 33 to 36 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 33 states that you should discover each man's thumbscrew. Everyone has a weakness, and when it is exploited, you should use their flaws to your advantage. Law 34 states that you should act like a king to be treated like one. The way you carry yourself displays the way you want people to treat you. Do not confuse this for arrogance, but instead value yourself to be destined for great things in life. Law 35 states that you should master the art of timing. Never appear to be in a hurry. Instead, be patient and strike when the time is right. Law 36 states that ignoring is the best revenge. By acknowledging a problem, you bring it into existence and give it credibility. However, if you ignore this issue, it will not have an effect on you, as you are showing no interest in it. You need to know laws 37 to 40 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 37 states that you should create compelling spectacles. Everyone responds well to grand gestures, and in order to manipulate them, distract them with extravagance. Law 38 states that you should think as you like, but behave like others. Aim to blend in with the crowd, as it is safer. Share your uniqueness with close friends who can tolerate it, rather than getting prosecuted by the public who would feel insecure due to your differences. Law 39 states that you should stir up waters to catch fish. Always remain calm and rational whilst you aim to throw your victims off balance. Emotions such as anger are counterproductive, as it leads to irrational acts that people will regret later when they come to their senses. Law 40 states that you should despise the free lunch. What is offered for free usually has a catch to it. By paying for something, you eliminate the guilt and deceit that would follow from the individual offering the freebie. If something has value, it is worth paying for, and by doing this, you keep money circulating, which serves as a magnet for power. You need to know laws 41 to 44 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 41 states that you should avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. To surpass a successful person, you will have to do twice as much as them to outshine them. To avoid this stress and their potential disappointment, change paths and establish your own name. Law 42 states that if you strike the shepherd, the sheep will scatter. All instances of trouble can be traced back to one individual. By neutralizing this person by isolating them from the crowd, people are less likely to succumb to their influence. Law 43 states that you should work on the minds and hearts of others. Seduce others by operating on the individual psychologies and weaknesses. After doing so, they become loyal and are willing to move in your direction. Law 44 states that you should disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. The mirror effect involves reflecting the reality of your enemy's moves and is a tool for deception. By doing this, you infuriate your victims, as it is an unpredictable strategy which humiliates others. You need to know laws 45 to 48 from the 48 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene in under 60 seconds. Law 45 states that you should preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. People desire change, but we are bound to our habits. Too much alteration at one point is traumatic and uncomfortable, so instead we should respect tradition and make gradual improvements from the past over time. Law 46 states that you should never appear too perfect. Appearing to have no faults and being better than others is dangerous as it breeds silent, envious enemies. Occasionally showcase your flaws to appear approachable and human, as only the dead and God can appear perfect. Law 47 states that you should not go past the mark you aimed for and that you should learn when to stop. Arrogance leads you to unnecessarily pursue further, allowing success to get to your head and leads to the creation of enemies. Instead, plan your journey, and once you've arrived at your destination, be content as you have reached your goal. Law 48 states that you should assume formlessness. Taking shape makes you vulnerable to attack. Instead, be adaptable and on the move, which creates an aura of uncertainty. You made it to the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and if you feel like you got any sort of value out of this, I'd appreciate a subscribe and a following across all of my socials. This goes a long way as it helps identify that you currently enjoy the content I'm producing and the direction I'm going to take this channel in the future. My socials will be linked in the description, and I'll pin the comment. If you have any book suggestions for me to summarize in the future, drop that into my Instagram DMs or my YouTube comments. I'd really appreciate it. And one last thank you, and have a good one.